this is Nicola Peace of Peace of Mind Properties, and today I'm here to discuss the investment in Wallasey. So this is video number 2 for our investors in the Naples Road Wallasey project. Now, if you're not currently investing with us, please do still stay tuned. You'll hopefully pick up some hints and tips along the way for whether you choose to invest in the future or even if you're just developing your own projects or your own home. So please do stay tuned. Now, I'd like to thank all our investors that are investing in this project and that do invest with Peace of Mind Properties. And without further ado, I'm going to show you where we're at with the Naples Road project. Now, just to sort of recap the last video, I think I explained to people that we were going to add value by knocking through a wall through the kitchen diner. We were going to put in a driveway. We had managed to acquire a grant from Wirral Council for £3,000. And on top of that, because it had been empty for over 2 years, we were using the Building and Construction VAT ruling 708, which basically says we only have to pay our suppliers that are working on the project 5% VAT. So a nice little saving there. So that's a little recap of the important points of the last video if you don't get a chance to watch it. So I'm going to start this video now. As you can see, we have put in all new windows and doors. Made sure that in the first floor those windows are bottom opening so that people can escape in the case of a fire, but this is going to be actually rented to a family, so we are also going to put restrictors on those windows. Now you can see that wall has been knocked down, ready for the driveway to go in, and we're going to start taking you through now to the rear of the property. Now, on the last video we hadn't actually videoed the rear garden. It was very overgrown. It was you can see a little bit of the ivy left there as well as you go through. Very overgrown, very full of rubbish. So we have taken a skip load out of this little back garden of foliage, of rubbish and of soil. Taking it down to that level so we can put a sleeper in there. Big wooden sleeper will go in. Then we will put, because it's clay soil, you can see it's really holding that moisture. So sleeper will go in, some limestone granite, limestone dust, all for drainage, and then fake grass over the top. So low maintenance, that's what you want in a rented property. Now you just will have seen in the video a master lock key. Don't forget to put that in. Make sure that your builders have easy access to the property when you're not there. Now this property was extremely damp. It had ivy growing up the building. There was water penetrating as a result of the ivy. It had been empty for nearly 5 years, but had squatters. Had no heating, no ventilation, so all of this has caused a very mouldy, damp environment. So you can see there, also on the outside, the pavement has actually gone quite high at the ground level. So we've put in a new damp course because the ground level has actually gone above the original DPC. So we have put in a new damp course. We've knocked it back 1 metre high, and everywhere that it's been knocked back, we are going to membrane. So we're not going to choose to tank. You've probably heard of tanking. We're actually choosing to membrane. Now the reason we're choosing to membrane over tanking is that membrane will actually improve the thermal capacity of the wall. So when you have condensation, which is a huge problem in rented property through people not ventilating the property correctly, what it is it's actually warm air, warm moisture in the air, hitting a cold wall and then causing droplets, which turns into mould. And that's where you get your black mould. It's not damp, it's condensation. You can see there we've knocked through into the kitchen. So that's now a really large kitchen diner. And that wall was quite sodden because of the ivy. So that wall will all be membraned. It will be battened, membraned, insulated, and then plasterboard over it again, improving the thermal capacity of that external wall. Now that's where we've bricked in the old door that went into the kitchen. So, and you probably noticed that the bottom panel of those windows is blocked out. That was basically solving a problem. We wanted to put the sink by the windows, but it was going to be too low. So we've basically put in that panel so we can tile all of that area, and it will look quite nice from the inside, just looking out onto the street. So now going up the stairs, you can see we're ripping off all that lovely red paint and wallpaper that was on the walls. I'm going to just take that back. It'll all be skimmed, so it'll all look nice and fresh and new. The walls here are drying out quite nicely because, as I say, it was just condensation there. Few floorboards have been lifted, obviously, as a result of needing a new rewire, a new replumb. You can see a new radiator there ready to go on. new windows in everywhere. And then we're going to go through to the bathroom, which I've had ripped out. That's totally been ripped out, but leave in a toilet. Your builders will appreciate it. So toilet's been left in for the builders. Obviously it's the old toilet, don't put in your new one. So yeah, toilet left in for the builders. And you can see what we have done is we've put in some pipework there. One bit, the upper one's for the thermal shower and the lower one for the bath. Now you can get mixer shower bath taps. I don't recommend them because if you have a problem with that supplier, with that tap, then actually your residents have no way of having a bath, so, or a shower. So where if you've got separate, if one fails, they can still have either a bath or a shower, giving you more time to repair the problem. So have separate where you can. Now you can see this was the worst wall in the house, absolutely sodden this wall, all not back to brick, drying out really nicely. The industrial dehumidifier, like I say, helps with that. Getting all those bricks nice and dry, ready to be battened, membraned, insulated, plasterboard, skimmed. So that will then dry really quickly, ready for us to decorate. So yes, we haven't really done anything in the main room other than store a lot of bath furniture. Next time you come, hopefully there'll be some plaster on the walls. Now the main thing to just remember is don't try to save wet plaster. I think I showed you in the last video there was some bubbling on the walls. This is something that I get asked how to solve quite regularly. Once that you can see those salts causing that bubbling on the wall, there's salts in the plaster, they've been drawn out of the brick and they are just going to keep attracting moisture. So the truth is the best way to solve that is to actually knock it back to brick, dry it out and re-plaster where that area is. Now if you can't do that, you can try getting rid of all the decorative covering, sanding it back using a damp seal. As long as you have got rid of what is causing that damp first, use a damp seal, mold resistant paint and then paint over it. But the truth is it's very hard to stop the salts attracting moisture once they are in the plaster, so we tend to knock it back to brick and solve the problem. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Hopefully the next one, this is going to be a very different house for you to look at. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions about any of those schemes I've mentioned, the 5% VAT scheme, grants, empty property grants, please do come to us. Please do give us a call. Our telephone number is 01273 569 100. That's 01273 569 100. If you would like to join our investors list, now on our investors list what happens is every project that we start we will send you a full portfolio of what's going to happen and you can make a decision whether you would like to invest in that or not. We offer guarantors and we always give around 8% interest on those investments, which as I say is much higher than you're going to get at the bank. If you have any interest, no commitment needed, please do send an email to join our list and it's investors@peaceofmindproperties.co.uk. investors@peaceofmindproperties.co.uk, and every project we then get involved in we can send it out to you, and if you are interested you can ask more questions. No commitment needed as I say at that stage, and on top of that it just you can get knowledge, you can get free knowledge from our venture proposals. So please do join that list if you're interested, or please just keep watching these videos where I hope you get some value. It's been lovely to talk to you. I'm Nicola Peace and we are Peace of Mind Properties.